Hello, everybody on YouTube. We are live. This is the ranting hour, where we rant for at least an hour, sometimes more, about the in-between stuff that doesn't quite make it into videos because I'm too lazy to edit. Generally, have an idea what's going on, but we go where the wind takes us. If we go off the rails, so be it. Tonight, I am welcomed by the illustrious Drusain. He made a Reddit post that I know none of y'all short attention ass motherfuckers read, and he even read the video out loud on his video, and I know none of y'all watched that, but you really should because he did a fantastic job, so shout out to him. And I'm an idiot and didn't plug his YouTube channel in the description before I started the stream, and I will go back and edit that after the fact. But yeah, definitely shout out to him. Before we get started though, and Mino's here too, whatever. Before we get started though, whether you're watching live or catching the VOD, do me a favor and like the video. It helps me out a ton. I see somebody noted that why did someone dislike a stream that hasn't happened yet already? Ho's mad. That's probably why. It's probably going to be violence today too. So do me a favor, guys. Like the video. It helps me out a ton. I know you guys love this content, so help it spread around. It's really the biggest thing you can do. If you're watching the VOD, please be sure to leave a comment. If you're here live, chatting helps as well. I do keep an eye on it from time to time, but sometimes if we're going crazy, I might miss out. So if you really want to get attention, feel free to throw me a super chat. All support is welcome. Timestamps will be up eventually. Thank you in advance to Indolent Lard because he's usually the one that does it. Always got my back. Funny content. If you want more of these shenanigans, be sure to join TCC's Discord where I usually hang out all of his idiots. I usually give big ups to Mark. He owns the server. As without him, I probably wouldn't have stuck to YouTube. Go support him. TCC podcast on Thursday at a time. Yikes, I should have written that down. They do a podcast though, so don't miss that. And Mino is using the podcast and it's used to not make a damn YouTube channel, so be sure to give him a hard time about that. Additionally, I started a what's it called? A membership on the channel. This is new because some of y'all have been asking me for it, and it's $1, and you can use like the KEKW emote, the Copium emote. There's an I hate it here emote, and I forgot what the fourth one was. So for $1, you can use 4 emotes in my chat and feel like you're helping out. So that's a thing. I thought of some really scummy ideas additionally, but they didn't quite make the cut. So
you're slowly getting into the gotcha game.
Oh, you know, yeah.
You start with $1, and then it's going to be the pod pass.
This channel is becoming.
We'll see where that goes.
You guys should be thankful that I didn't try. I had some $100 options for something insane just to see if anybody would do it. I'm like, no, let me not do this yet. Anyways, the idea today is to talk about the goofy ass co-op we got. I want to touch on FIXKADAJ. Just gonna give an early mention for that because you know people tune out within the first 5 minutes. Kadaj's EX recast is currently broken in both versions of the game. We don't know when this happened. I think the speculation is that it happened around his Lost Chapter release. But what happens is after using his EX, it doesn't charge the recast like an ability should. And you can, there's a bunch, I think Kaiden Cortez, I should shout him out in the chat too, and like Dreamy from Tom Brady Troop, people are doing a lot of work, and this is a very obvious issue. His EX recast now, because it doesn't work correctly, it takes 3 skills to charge instead of 2, and it's pretty messed up that they haven't even acknowledged it in game at this point. And I'm trying to encourage people, all content creators, all comments, just put a quick hashtag FIXKADAJ. We want to make some noise. We want to do it respectfully. We don't want to harass anyone, because if you're annoying about it, you're a fucking idiot and you're gonna ruin everything that might potentially get accomplished for that. So just keep bringing attention. People might not know about it. People could have spent money on Kadaj potentially, and the character's still broken and they might not realize it. That's pretty messed up. And all I really want to see is just a single acknowledgement in the game that it is a problem. All right, it's just weird. It's been a month and a half. So hashtag FIXKADAJ, guys. That being said, I want to keep getting warmed up. I want to welcome Drusain. Drusain, what have you been eating lately?
You know, I didn't have much time today, so I actually just made spaghetti and garlic bread and a little bit of pineapple, and that was
spaghetti with pineapple.
Right.
What the fuck?
It was pears. It was pears.
Pears.
I forgot what I made.
It's not better.
Yeah.
It's fine. I didn't have much time today. I had a lot of stuff going on today.
But I like both. I honestly, pineapple might have been better than pears. I don't know, but I love pineapples. I didn't realize until I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and she's like, no, you probably love that sweet and sour food on Chinese because it has pineapples in it. I never connected 2 and 2. It turns out I'm just really stupid. But yeah, that's what's up. Everyone loves spaghetti. Mino, I know you can't cook, so what did you take out from In and Out today?
My stomach's not feeling so good, so I've been eating like ginger chicken and rice or whatever.
And because your stomach isn't feeling good, won't that make it worse?
Yeah. Apparently, ginger chicken and rice are good for your stomach, I guess. I don't know. That's what I googled.
Okay. Well, hopefully Google leads you right.
Also, what's with you and the word illustrious? You start every fucking stream with that.
Did I really say it again?
Oh man,
Did I? Oh no! It's my premium.
It's
Oh no!
this is a very illustrious stream so far.
Oh wow, there's a lot of people becoming members. That's crazy. I didn't expect that. Just $1 for emotes. Y'all are. It's not even showing correctly on screen. I'm such a fuck up. Let me move it. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna just never say illustrious again because I didn't know that I keep saying it. Chat, do I really keep saying that?
What does it even mean?
I think it just means special. Maybe.
Let's Google that. Let's fact check that.
Chat, do you guys know what illustrious means? This is an illustrious premium stream. It's the illustrious curse. Oh no. Oh, Mark. What's he trying to get into?
Oh, I'm just gonna sit back and let you bask in
Oh
this.
my god, you guys are being idiots in the chat. Oh my god, yeah. So I didn't expect all these people to memorize so fast. So let's Rogan Chair, Mark, Leafblade Mouse, VL, Mudkip, Hank Hell, Silocons. Illustrious is well respected. Yeah, see, it's a great thing to be. You want to be illustrious. All right. So, Drusain, I want to kick it over to you. I know you had some funny things to say about the co-op, and when I was actually early this time, guys. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? But we were talking like before we went live, and Drusain's like, I took notes, and I was like, whoa, that's more work than I've done in the past couple months.
I mean, I've been doing podcasting for 10 years, and sometimes I make notes. It's just a habit. Yeah. But yeah. So on the thing that you're asking, I mean, first of all, that the whole premise was wrong because it's not the first co-op; it's the second chaos co-op.
Okay, let's rewind for the context. The context being the poll, right?
Yes.
There was a poll on Reddit, and it asked it was about as informative as my channel polls.
I think the question was just generally about the co-op. I don't even remember what the question was because it doesn't matter because that's not important because the prompts had nothing to do with the question because every prompt was all over the place. The poll was statistically useless because one of the prompts was asking for the focus on the challenge of it, and one of them was on the practicality of the co-op, and one was introducing, hey, should we do the co-op ever again? There's no coherent ask. It's like just pick a topic and then tell me, do you want it? Do you not want it? Do you kind of want it? But this poll sucks because if you've ever seen a statistical poll like this, it's because that there's a bunch of sampling bias in it.
Yep. Because
it plateaus because people are gravitating to certain points of the data. It never plateaus like this. But the only thing that we did learn is that the lowest one is pretty statistically significant in that no one wants to do the co-op again.
Yeah, it's been an interesting time, and there was that thread I got in some back and forth with the Thanks Square Enix thread, and oh man, what was it? Indolent Lard posted a really funny image in the TCC server earlier. And by the way, I shouted it out earlier, but please join the TCC server. Great Mysidia server. But it was maybe I should try to throw it up on the screen. But it was some giant guy with a knife saying it was like leave the $1 million corporation alone. And I was cracking up at it because Martin, again on the podcast last week, Mark said such a good idea. He had such a good take on it, and echoing what I've been saying. They had 9 months to unfuck this co-op, and that significantly raises the bar. And I bitched for 10 minutes about the co-op in a video, and one of the top most comments is, "This co-op isn't that bad. Just solo it."
Just solo it.
Just solo the fucking co-op. So, do the cooperative event by yourself, and it's good.
Yeah. If you're in a situation where the co-op is much better as a solo experience than not, then yeah, it's not a good co-op.
Yeah, it's just completely failed to Like you're putting a band-aid on a horrible situation. And what other people don't realize is that, God forbid, like they didn't even completely remove the RNG. Because if you don't have like people like it's like the Sephiroth event all over again. Oh, this event wasn't too bad. Use lightning, Kurasami and Gladio or whatever. It's like, oh, this call wasn't too bad. Just solo with Tifa, Garland, and third. What if you don't got Tifa, Garland third, bruh, and you're not powerful enough to do chaos? Congrats, you have RNG in your co-op. Like they didn't. It just quite literally didn't have to happen. Clay said, I had fun playing with friends of mine, but every free room experience I had was cancer. Yeah, and most of the population aren't doing planned co-ops. Like, that's just completely just tone deaf to say. And the desyncs, yeah. What were you going to say, Mino?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I was gonna say something about and yeah, the desync sucks. But aside from that, I was thinking about this because it's not just the Ardent Chaos. I'm thinking about other cancer raids that were the CPU raid and the Dark Bahamut Cosmos, which were both also
Dark Bahamut Cosmos. You gotta remind me of that one.
It's the one that it was 3 waves. It was like 40 turns to go through, and at the end, if you summon, then Bahamut just kills you at the end if you haven't killed him by the time the summon phase.
How old was that one?
That was pretty much one of the last Cosmos events.
Oh, man. I don't even.
What I wanted to get to that point is that in all of those, stupidity will get you killed, and it's a very long stage, just like this one. But there's a big difference here, and that is that once you get your Gilgamesh tokens, you are free to troll as much as you fucking want.
Yeah.
To prevent people from getting Gilgamesh tokens by wasting turns on the Gilgamesh phase, and then still get the full rewards anyway, and then be like lull face, and then just fuck off.
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Yes, agreed. That was one of the biggest issues in JP, and people are always, and this isn't quite true. People praise the JP co-ops, and it's usually not the case that JP co-op is super nice. I think it's just I don't want to say racism and stereotyping Japanese people, but it might be. So I'm gonna leave that up in the air for interpretation. But it was notoriously toxic when people would disband like crazy because you didn't have a BT in the party. And now, like in my bitching video, I was like, hey yo, I don't want to play with undergeared Ash or undergeared Tifa or like no summon boards Layle, because that's gonna waste my time. Like and the difference, Drusain, between the co-ops that you said, like at least those I've come to accept as just lazy copy paste whatever, but they went out of their way to try and change this and then didn't go far enough, in which they clearly were still tone deaf enough to miss the big issues on this. And I don't think that if you want to take the approach of we should praise them for trying, I would rather say I hold them to a better standard. Because, again, like 9 months and just simple tweaks, like less HP, 1 wave, remove Gilgamesh entirely. Like, I don't even know where I'm going with this, y'all, but it frustrates me to no end that this is the outcome that we got after something that was so dreaded JP side.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that, like, I don't think it would have been easy to take Gilgamesh out, but I think that the timer should have been higher instead of 5.
Timer higher. Yep, that would have helped too. I put the picture on screen, by the way, guys. The leave the multi-million-dollar company alone one. Yeah, that's how I remember people. Like, hey, they tried. I mean, come on, dog. They didn't try hard enough. John Belmont, I think my most unique experience is refusing to Garland Burst out of respect for my 2 Tifa allies that actually set their someone to save 1. They weren't hitting hard on the sharks, but meh. Yeah, the picture's hilarious. I mean, y'all, Square Enix ain't sending you checks, bro. I mean, one more thing. I praise them when I think they do something right, like Sarah's LD, masterful. I love what they did to Sarah's LD, and so nothing but praise there. Phone, shut up. But here,
look, every single community has their defense force because people tie their identity to the game. So if
Very
you
weird
think
that they do that.
yeah, if you say that it sucks, then that's saying that you suck, and people are gonna lash out. I don't know why people are like that, but it's not just DFFOO, but boy, the DFFOO ones are really loud.
Is that a Nintendo fanboy?
FF fans are the worst. Look
Yes,
at
they are.
FF14.
They're just
God.
bad. Okay, let me take the picture off now. Y'all get the point. I mean, I don't know, bruh. I mean, I don't think they have an opportunity to. Well, maybe whatever Josh might be hyping next stream might be an opportunity for something new. And I think I said this on some stream. By the way, me and Mino streamed Catherine this weekend, and we went so off the rails, but I think we talked about some funny things. So if you haven't checked that out and you're just bored with nothing to do, that's something to go do. But I think one of the things we touched on is something that I completely lost my train of thought to. So, yikes.
Right, relationship. I heard a little bit of it.
I don't remember where I was going with that at all. It was something.
Okay.
Maybe it was the realization that Square Enix wants your money at the end of the day, and they're gonna toss you aside at first moments. But
well, yeah, that's why they're going to fix Cypher while there's 2 active banners and not Kadaj, because there's no active banners.
Yes. Then and pivoting back into Kadaj, it's so funny that and shout out to in TCC Discord, who was it? Some girl, Kaiden, Dreamy. Shout out to the people who brought up those bugs, and it's so strange to me that they immediately acknowledged Cypher but skipped over Kadaj. I don't.
That makes sense to me. That makes sense to me. Because Cypher and who's the other asshole that they're talking about? Kafka, a couple of them. It's very clearly stated in the game what they should do. Very clearly says plus 10% per debuff. And so when they're not getting any bonus or losing their bonuses, that's not as advertised. Kadaj, they can be sneaky as shit, because Josh is like, nowhere does it say his EX should be recharging in 2 hits. For all we know, it could be working as intended. That's his narrative. That's his narrative. There's literally nothing in the game saying what his EX recharge should be, or like there's nothing outing them as this is wrong. Whereas the debuff thing, that is very clearly wrong. It's stated in the game, so they can't ignore that. The Kadaj one, they can sit on all their asses as long as they fucking want. Just like the Lion EX one that they sat on for like 6 months.
Yeah, that was a long time too.
The things healing after combat, nothing specifically states it should. So they can just be like, oh, I passed it on. We'll look into it, but for all we know, this is bullshit narrative, by the way. Bullshit narrative.
Chat's saying they didn't mention Eldnarz, by the way.
What about Eldnarz?
That Eldnarz was another one of them, and he didn't get acknowledged either.
Is he not working as intended? I thought he was, because his update came after the 8 debuffs were incorporated. I thought this was only hitting the people who came before the 8 debuffs. So like Cypher and Kefka had that before. Eldnarz technically only got it afterwards. If you guys want to test Eldnarz,
I don't know exactly what's wrong with Eldnarz. So
I think in the chat someone did say that Eldnarz was working properly. It was
yeah.
Wasn't it something regen related? I think it was something having to do with
he's working weirdly with lock calls. They can kill his battery regen on warp turns.
Oh.
So Zoe, I don't know if you submitted that to feedback.
I'm pretty sure Zoe did.
Okay, yeah. If it's there, we can push on it. But I know Josh popped into main court yesterday and saying, okay, we got sufficient video evidence to say this is a bug. So if you do have the videos to push it, then keep fucking pushing them, because they need to get pushed. But the Kadaj thing is such an easy denial thing. They can sit on that forever. The heal shit. And I just want to say, if Josh is fucking listening, or someone wants to goddamn tell Josh, like, no, it's a bullshit PR move for the Kadaj thing. Because one of the things he was running with is, oh, for all we know, what did he say? He said something in the message where like, oh, just because it's quote unquote nerfed doesn't mean it's bugged. Like they could have, the developers could have nerfed Kadaj's recast. Like it could have actually launched too fast, and then they brought it back to normal. He said that was a possibility. But here's the thing. If they did, why didn't they tell us then in a notification in JP or anything?
Yeah, Necklord put it very nicely in the global feedback channel in main court earlier. And I'll read that. He's about to probably fucking pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I'll read what Necklord said if you are in the Discord.
And I'm saying
that's a good one.
if Josh wants to run with the bullshit narrative that this was an intended change, then where's the announcement? Because every other fucking change is announced, right? Every fucking rework, every little thing they put into either the news or they announce it on the stream. But if this is a quote-unquote intentional nerf, and Kadaj is working as intended, first, why was it not mentioned in any of the versions? And second,
because that means it changed at some point.
And then secondly is, if this was intended, if this was a deliberate change and they didn't announce it, it means they're stealth nerfing things and not wanting to inform the players. It means we have to dig extra hard to find out, hey, the product that we might have paid for got nerfed, but we're not telling you. We hope you
it's
don't
the
find
silence.
out. We hope you don't find out.
What we want to do
Matt.
by raising awareness is get a response. A response is the first step. What they do afterwards, at least we know like they're doing something. But right now it's the radio sound. So I'm going to read out what Necklord said first. It's nice to see that feedback here continues to be looked at and bugs duly identified. There are several glaring omissions all pertaining to the functionality of Kadaj. The lack of identification as a known issue so far after its release is peculiar and a bit concerning. Why is there so little communication on this front when channels like this exist? If Kadaj, being the only character whose EX charge behaves the current way, lack of charge on an EX use, is a deliberate, creative choice the development team firmly stands by, why not simply communicate as such? If the anomaly of Kadaj's follow-up being magic damage, that's another thing, by the way. Kadaj is I think an Eckler got that wrong actually. I think it's his instant break on his EX is considered magic, so it can actually get you killed against the Chaos Bahamut in the Eldos chapter. So if you break with that, the break is magic, so I can actually get you killed. That's definitely a bug. Like the attack is melee, bro. Balthier C65 does it well. But anyways, if the anomaly of it being magic damage is not a bug and simply deliberate choice, this too can be communicated. To simply update the known issues list with one specific bug and skip over other important feedback without comment creates the impression, I hope wrongly, of a deliberate choice to ignore it. And that's really what I'm feeling here, because they know it's been passed on. Just one tiny morsel of communication would completely solve this, and the radio silence makes no sense to me. And I don't want to make any accusations. What it feels like to me is they let this slip, and they didn't know how to fix it in time, and they released a broken character, and they didn't want any blowback while the banner was up. That's what it feels like to me at this moment. Honestly, it feels like damage control.
I would like to address Yoshi Pasta. I don't think gravity is considered magic because this would not work on Sephiroth, I don't think, and that is also gravity.
It's still it should say magic in the description. Then it's still not working on intended. Yeah, Bart's gravity on his LD is not magic.
Yeah. FIXKADAJ is saying, what if this is just a low priority fix? Echoing others in chat, it shouldn't be, because if it essentially like all the idiots like Eamon, right? Like fucking
violence.
Eamon in main chord was like,
Yikes.
oh, the Kadaj thing doesn't seem like a big deal, but the Cypher thing could make or break a run. No, you idiot. The Kadaj thing could make or break a run too. Having his EX proc 33% less of the fucking time kills his longevity and his damage just because you didn't pull Kadaj. Like a lot of people on main court, oh, it's Kadaj. Oh, well, whatever. He's still an idiot. The point is, like, look, it doesn't bode well if, like Mark said on last week's podcast.
Check out the podcast last week, by the way. TCC
give us
podcast.
more shit to spend on. Mark is a willing whale. There's a bunch of them out there. Well, Mark's not really a whale, but he's a willing spender. I'm a willing spender. There's a bunch of us out there. And Mark's like, give us more reason to spend. And with that logic, if you are someone with a lot of disposable income and you're like pulling to pity characters, I mean, you're paying to pity characters and shit, and you have like a random chance of pulling characters that are just god awfully bad or broken to the point they won't fix them, it makes you want to spend less. You don't want to keep paying products. I know a bunch of you guys are like broken shit and you can't afford chairs, but when you have money and you buy things on a regular basis, right? Stay with me here. When you buy things that are broken and don't work as intended, you tend not to want to buy from that same producer or buy that same fucking product again. Like, that's just fucking how it is. I know all of you guys are free-to-play parasites, so it's probably like, oh, what's the big deal? It's just one fucking character. No, the point is, like, if you have money to throw around, you're not going to want to throw it around.
So
Yes.
I would like to take a quick response on the priority thing, and I do actually, because I have, you can direct the hate at me a little bit, because I have worn the QA hat, and I do know that
Low
letting
income.
minor bugs in is okay if it means fixing it would not cause critical bugs. Like what Dreamy said on the feedback, that's definitely good, but it's not critical. It is top priority, but it's not critical. Critical bugs are the things that we already have. That is the co-op desyncs and the never-ending loop aura, like in the Divine Alex. Those are critical bugs that are still in the game.
Oh, that's not a bug. That's spaghetti code with the loop. But let me continue.
But yeah, no. This is something that is not like has to be fixed today, but I would hope that there is an answer much sooner than later.
Yeah, counter argument. It's not about whether it gets fixed fast or not. It's the communication.
They won't even acknowledge it.
If they acknowledged it in game and kept it as known bugs, and have you guys noticed that we get less and less of those? Here's a list of our known bugs. They used to be very regular. Now we barely get them. This goes with what I was saying on the podcast yesterday. Very noticeable drop off in communication since the beginning of the game.
It's Wednesday.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna agree with you on the Remnant up instead of Remnant boost, for example. You said that once, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize.
Yeah. No. So like, if you're a touted day one player, you should know the reason why Josh is as quote unquote beloved as he is because he used to be there all the time trying to get all the feedback, and we used to get tons of communications of, hey, every 2 weeks, here's a list of our known bugs. We have that way less now. I guarantee you scroll back, when was the last time we got a known bugs list? Before this latest one popped up.
You're asking a bunch of people who don't read the end game notices. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fucking true. But the point is, we used to love the game because the communication was so on point. Communication has been really sucking lately, and the thing is, like, if you're a veteran, you can notice the difference. It's especially damning because the same team. Damning's a thing. Damning, right?
Yeah, damning.
Yeah, thank you. Damning. Right. Especially damning because the same team was so good before, but now it really feels like they don't give a fuck anymore. All right, and it really is like, if you would acknowledge these issues, it'd be great. But the PR speak of, oh well, not only are we getting the PR speak of, it for all we know, it could be working as intended, but the people who are dropping the feedback are not only getting muted in main chord, but Josh is also discouraging people from submitting the feedback by saying, all right, we got enough videos, you can stop now, or I've addressed it on the stream, don't bring it up anymore. If you go look up Ink's GL feedback, you'll notice that he threw a fit about Kadaj's thing. Then he threw in a huge edit note about, hold on, Josh talked to me, said he already addressed it, never mind, let's just give him some time to do it. No, that's unacceptable. That's fucking unacceptable. So yeah, no, fuck that.
Just communicate. I would not really care, and I think it was last week where I was laughing at people. I'm like, all right, all 5 of you Kadaj fans, you take your L's because y'all like the shitty character. Now y'all got to put up with the bug. And I think I said y'all are rolling over for some reason. But then I thought about it last night. I'm like, I have a platform, and I think I'd feel better probably empowering those people to get something changed, because it's been a month and a half, bro. This is actually kind of ridiculous. And again, it's just the fact that it's not been acknowledged. Like, they haven't said anything's wrong, and that is so weird to me. It really feels like they're just pushing it under the rug so people know. I've ever since I started putting hashtag FIXKADAJ in my videos, people have been like, wait, he's broken? Like the word's getting around, y'all. So if you want to spread it around, first off, like the video. and then if you're a content creator, put on in your Reddit post or your stuff, hashtag FIXKADAJ, bro. We need to spread the word like as much as possible, because people are using a broken character and they don't even realize it. That's crazy.
Yeah, if you do have a platform, you really should talk about this, because this is, like, I'm pretty sure people looked into the data and confirmed that this was broken?
Here we go. Couple things. First, John Belmont says, crackpot theory, maybe someone was toxic enough to make Josh not care for the community as much and or frequently and actively look for bugs. Hey, guess what? It's his job. Yes, so I don't give a shit. I don't yeah, having a bad day or not liking your customers doesn't fucking excuse you from your job. That's one thing. Astenosis said, sometimes company will pull the reins on community managers for overstepping. It's annoying, but more often than not, it's not their fault. That's fine. We're not putting this.
Oh yeah,
we're not putting this 100% on Josh.
This is not on Josh.
We're putting it on Square Enix's communication.
Let's get something clear. First off, don't harass Josh over any of this. I think I said this in the beginning. You're a fucking idiot if you harass anybody, because that's counterproductive. Because he's not a dev. He's not. He doesn't control whether this stuff gets put in game. Like it's funny to say, oh, he passed it on, but that's literally all he can do. So this is not Josh's fault in the slightest. It's Square Enix is fucking us right now, and they deserve to be held accountable. And they should acknowledge it. And we should be encouraging them to account for it. So this is not on Josh at all.
And then Malachite saying, "You want ridiculous back in the day in FF11, Square Enix left a entire game mechanic." And by extension, the Ranger job unplayable for 3 years. This is nothing. I hate this fucking train of thought. Just because somebody else has it bad or worse does not mean you get to fucking build. This is what do they call this? Like the one-upper, the guy who goes to the bar. The guy who goes to the bar every time somebody tells you about your bad day or something bad happens, it's like, oh, that's nothing. I've had it worse.
Yeah, like my mom died. Well, I have ass cancer. Like, oh.
Yeah. Like, why? The only reason you would do that is to be an narcissistic asshole. Yeah, just to be a narcissistic asshole.
Yeah, it was a joke. He's saying it was a joke. So, but no, the sentiment is there because people do it unironically. It's like in the co-op thread when people are like, yeah, other gotchas might not have let this slide by. Well, that doesn't mean Square did a good job, I mean,
yeah.
And it's not like we know they've messed up before, and then when we make it known that we're not happy with this, like Buff Sarah, early quality of life and global, like tons of stuff people had voiced their frustrations over, and things have gotten changed. We have every right as consumers to make our voices heard, and hashtag FIXKADAJ is one of them. Super simple to do.
The best thing is that people always say, oh, be grateful, don't complain. But complaining got rid of 6-man co-ops, got rid of cursed artifacts, sped up a lot of the points for the wild point. Like, dude, things get better because of it. Again, as we've discussed before, I think it was last week on the Ranting Hour, we were talking about what's the difference between just bitching and constructive criticism.
Like changing the core thing.
Constructive criticism.
Please
because this is a change that makes sense, right, from a business standpoint. Make your product better so we can spend more. We want to spend more. We want to be loyal to the company, right? Like, this is a fix that should be fixed, not, oh, well, they bat like 9 out of 10, so we should just let this go. No, we can still point out what the fuck needs to be fixed.
I mean, that mindset's got to be coming from people who just don't accomplish things in your life. Like, you should really be always going for more. Like, I got a decent entry level job. Like, I'm all right. Shout out to Kyle for joining the membership. I almost made it ugly and called it Devil Hunters, but that was really gross. And I'd rather just call level 1.
You're a terrible person.
You guys should have seen the drafts for the membership. But yeah, like always strive for better. I mean, complacency is how things die. And I want Dissidia to get better. I like the game a lot. Like, I've been having so much fun in both versions of the game.
Yeah, and since you brought that up, I really wanted to follow on it. I was thinking about saying something like it. Necklord can back this up. He just jumped in.
No!
But the fucking thing is, when BC said, the people who think like this probably don't accomplish anything in life. First of all, that's violent. I was thinking it, but I would never fucking say that. But since it's already out there,
all right.
The thing is, some people have such backwards mentality, guys. Like, you are not a slave to corporations. When you pay for a service and a product, they should be working for you. Have you guys ever, like if you guys have ever sold anything or ran a business or sold contracts or budgets or anything, you pay for something, you better get what you want. They are getting money. However you get fucking paid is you sucking the dick of your boss or whoever pays you. All right.
So,
corporations and products need to fucking suck art. Like, if you guys are like, no, I'm gonna pay them money, and eat all the shit they give me regardless. I'm just gonna sub. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Drew. Saying what?
You know, it's interesting because we had this conversation before, but now we're on the flip side of this because they can do whatever they want because you were talking about paying customers, but this is a free-to-play game, and it's not necessarily true that the people who pulled on Kadaj were free-to-play players or whaled it. You know, they don't know. All they know is that they can milk money off of active banners, and Kadaj is not active.
Okay, what's your point?
Well, my point is that, like, what exactly are you trying to get them to fix? This is a lottery game.
Okay, what you get them to fix is confidence in the product. As I was saying, and there's a lot of people in chat, and Mark and I were discussing this before, is that we're less willing to want to buy the Moogle Pass regularly or the costumes or even pay for characters if there's a chance that, oh, well, we fucked up on this character, whatever, we'll get it again next time. Right? Like
consumer confidence then.
That's a big thing.
Exactly. It's a big fucking thing, right? Like when we argue about stuff, it's, oh, they should raise the BT token limit. And it's like, nah, they don't really gain anything. From this is when you are free to play, you're catering to your whales and your hardcore. So when they notice shit is not going well, then they are less willing. Like, I don't want to pay for a broken product. That's why I didn't buy fucking Cyberpunk. All right.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't buy fucking Bethesda games on launch.
Yep.
Or some dumb shit.
Yep.
Or No Man's like. You don't. If a product is consistently coming out unsatisfactory, then I'm not gonna. I'll be free to play. I don't care.
Word.
I'll be free to play. I'll fucking pull whatever. But like, there are people who legitimately want to spend money on a product that they like, and I think a lot of people who buy costumes and stuff in chat and the content creators, they'll agree. They do it. They don't mind throwing $37 here and there because they're happy with it. Like, oh, I play this game a lot. I spend a lot of time on this game. I create content. It's fun. But all of a sudden, when it's like, okay, now I'm not getting my money's worth, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my business elsewhere. That's all it fucking is.
I will say, to be charitable, because I do feel for Squex here. They don't have any good options, because the current option they're taking, of course, is to just ignore it and pretend that, ooh, it could be intended, haha, which is like zero finesse and doesn't run well with the community, hence the reaction. But then the other option is to concede that for no reason at all, they have deliberately designed Kadaj in a way which is inconsistent with the entire roster. Like, his X doesn't recharge after using it.
And we know it's different compared to JP when he functioned like as intended.
And then they just throw a magic follow-up on a physical attacker. Like, I don't really, like, what is this, Ash? Like, back in the fucking
Okay, no,
C50s,
you were wrong about that one. It's not a the issue wasn't magic follow-up. It was it's his instant break on his EX. If he instant breaks with it, that can be the break part is considered magic, and he gets countered after that.
Okay, whoopsie. I'll probably amend it then after this. But whoopsie. But the fundamental point is, they would have to either A, concede that they've designed this character in a really stupid way for no reason, or B, concede that yes, actually it was bugged and we weren't actually investigating.
Well, the EX thing being magic, that's probably just a matter of spaghetti code that's fixable. But the recast is something. So I don't.
They won't acknowledge it. That's the matter.
Yeah, they won't acknowledge it. That's what it keeps going back to. And none of this would be a thing we'd be really talking about. Like then we'd just be able to let the jokes fly. Like, oh, haha, they acknowledge Kadaj, but they still haven't fixed it. Haha, Kadaj fans, you guys suck. Like that's all I'd be saying. But the fact that they haven't acknowledged that the recast is kind of fucky is really what gets me, because people don't know. People are still not knowing about it. Koji said it's kind of funny that nobody's tweeted out to Square Enix about FIXKADAJ. That's because not many people, like, we're in a giant bubble on Discord and YouTube and etc. A lot of the people who probably pull Kadaj and don't understand him and think he sucks, well, he does suck, but but he sucks a lot more than he should because of the recast thing, and people just literally don't know, and it's in Square Enix's best interests for people not to know.
Because like we are in a bubble, but the whales are listening.
Yeah, the whales are listening. Here's the fucking thing.
Thanks for subscribing or membership, Marvin.
Superpig brought this up too. He says, "Well, gotchas in general don't really listen to feedback, so I think DFFOO is unique for that." No, that's not true.
That's not true at all.
If you sub to the gotcha subreddit, that's where all the outrage is. and look at all the outrage and look at all the changes. This is specifically from very specific cases. I think War of the Visions and Dokkan, both in the last year, had insane fallouts because of rigged banner rates, right? Like they were dropping banners and the rates were not coming out as they should. And again, as Drusain was saying, oh yeah, sure, the casual player would probably not notice this, but the point is the whales and the hardcores notice.
Yes.
They make an outrage. It's because they make an outrage that this shit gets
Zhongli and Genshin, yep, that was a big thing. I wasn't even playing Genshin at the time, and I heard about that.
Yeah, guys, tons of gachas. I think it's ridiculous to say gachas.
Yeah, like I was playing Genshin this morning, and they have like an essay long like of bug notes. Like this happens. It's in their best interest.
It's live service 101, right? It did chapter 1 manage your community.
yeah. Like it's ridiculous to say that, and I'm gonna throw something that I saw that was hilarious to me, which is basically Super Pig saying, "Well, no other gachas listen to feedback. How many other gachas do you play as hardcore as you play DFFOO?" Because it's the same WoW versus FF14 debate, which is hilarious right now, where both sides are yelling at each other, but nobody plays both, so they're just imagining what the other side is doing. So, like, that's how fucking ridiculous. No, that's stupid. No, they all listen to feedback, and that's why what's ridiculous is a lot of other gachas will at least have long known bug lists.
Yeah, because if you fuck up the consumer confidence in gacha, where you're huge models, people going crazy with money, if people are like y'all are pulling that, I don't want to spend any money, like you just tank. Again, we as people who pay way too much attention to this game, I think owe a service to the entire player base. And if you care about the game as a whole, you should be on the FIXKADAJ train. Because
if it can happen to Kadaj, it can happen to anyone. Yep. Like it could just be a GL exclusive bug, and they never acknowledge it, kind of thing. Like that could happen if this is allowed to stand as is. So
and if you go to the fucking r/gacha on the sub, I went right now. There's a huge stink right now in the My Hero Academia gacha. Apparently they released Endeavor. He was too OP. They nerfed him, and now the player base is fucking furious because a lot of people spent money to grab him. Right? Like it's stupid that you need to fucking make your voice heard. Again, you don't work for the companies. They work for you. You're paying them for a fucking service. They better deliver. Right? Like, oh my god. Like some of you guys have ass backwards mentalities. Holy shit. Do not ever think
Do I need the picture on screen again?
That corporations are above you. That's some simp ass bullshit. Like BC was saying. In BC's words, not mine. Y'all must have not accomplished shit in life if you're used to getting kicked around. That BC said that, not me, guys. So, angry emails at BC.
Did I miss some serious violence earlier?
I stand by that. If you let yourself get pushed around, that probably means you ain't got nothing worth pushing around. I mean, stand up for yourself. Jesus. Is that so much?
I don't know if it was brought up, but there are actually cases of because GL are uniquely vocal compared to JP, bugs.
I don't know about we have no window into that at all.
Let's not make assumptions because a lot of changes they said was it didn't go over well in JP. Let's not imagine the 10 people on main chord in the fucking JP channel make a difference. All right,
they don't at all.
Let's not pretend that their own player base in JP isn't complaining because, like as Josh says on stream, this got overwhelmingly negative feedback in JP, so they're changing it for GL. So let's not fucking pretend.
See, this is why we keep talking about people. Someone tuned in who didn't know what happened with Kadaj. Like the video, by the way, guys. We're at 42 likes and 149 viewers. We can definitely bump that up. But what happened with Kadaj? So normally when you use an EX ability, when you use abilities when you're trying to charge your EX ability, it charges your recast. So some characters who are like up in EX and 2 skills, like it counts as the same amount of recast up. But with Kadaj, his EX is not moving the recast up. It's being treated like an HP plus. So it results in him having his EX up like a third less, which severely hampers his damage output. And we know this is happening because we compared it to when he released in JP, and it was a 2-skill recast. When it came over in Global, and the same thing is happening in JP at the moment, it's taken 3 skills to get back up. And it's been an issue for 1.5 months, and they have not acknowledged that it's an issue in game. So we're trying to raise awareness for it. Clay also said, I could care less about Kadaj, but the issue isn't even about the character in question. It's about a product not performing.
Can't care less.
I knew that I have gotten that wrong for at least a decade of my life straight, and I don't care less. Fuck you. It's about a product not performing as intended after people spend money. Pretty simple concept. There you go. That's all it is. Thank you, Cap1990, for becoming a member, by the way. Enjoy the 4 emojis. English-speaking JP players are a minority of minority facts.
This does not play into the whole, oh, GL is so ungrateful, because it's not like, oh, add this feature and this feature and like unrealistic
GL is so ungrateful because you
bugs, please.
GL is so ungrateful because you English-speaking JP sims just get fucking nothing done on your side. You're like, oh, this is how it is. I guess I'll get my ass kicked. God, oh, GL, you're gonna cry when you get here because I can't do it. I suck. I can't do it, so you guys must not be able. By the way, guys, Bart's required for T5. Remember that.
Oh my god, that's gonna be so funny when it rolls
fucking
around.
Idiots. Jesus
That's gonna
Christ.
be so funny.
Dunning Kruger. Who the fuck are you, JP fucking content creators? Fucking Neats and fucking bag boys and
Right?
grocery
We all
markets.
suck.
Jesus Christ.
Can't even
My
goddamn
God.
read the game.
Christ.
Trash. Anyone who plays JP and doesn't speak Japanese sucks. John Belmont
Where did that
said,
come from?
what? Oh, Mino says that every time. He trashes me by proxy every time. You know what I don't get the fix is? Wait, you know what I don't get the fix? Okay, let me try. Third time. You know what I don't get is... Okay, this sentence, bro. It's not working for me.
You know what I don't get is the fix I just imagine is just copy pasting the recast from another character with a similar charge as Kadaj's actual rate, unless the gold debuff mechanic messes it up. Well, none of us are experts in whatever the hell the code is in this game. I mean, Lord knows how much of a mess it is with all the copy pasting going on. So, but I mean, they're pretty efficient when it comes to the bugs they don't like early Tidus, early Yush. Those are fixed within hours. I mean, so
Yeah, those are fixed quick. Yeah, you know.
That happened very
speedy.
quickly. But, you know, Kadaj, just sweep that under the rug. Yeah.
Oh, you know what was really a good fix that was quick? I remember, I think it was like Cam's armor or some shit. It was bugged. Someone's fucking armor, high armor was bugged, and they fixed that quick.
I do not remember what you're talking about.
But that's what makes it so much more painful. They've given us a taste of timely, efficient bug
like
fixes.
you said, the fixes are not the issue here.
It's
I
the
agree with
acknowledgement.
you. I agree with you. We do not know what's happening under the hood. Some fixes could be much more complicated
Yes, agreed.
than others. So I will never judge on fixing speed.
Yep,
Like,
totally.
if it takes a while, it takes a while. If it really took 6 months to fix Lion's fucking EX, for sure.
Fine,
Because again,
whatever.
to be reasonable, we don't know. I'm not going to tell someone how to do their job when I don't know how to do their job. That's fucking stupid as
Yep.
shit. But they can acknowledge and communicate it. That's all I care about.
Yep.
Just fucking admit your game's fucking broken.
And acknowledge Kadaj doesn't roll as well off the tongue. It's also harder to type, and I know y'all can't spell. So FIXKADAJ, while a misnomer, it's easy to get the word out because it spreads that something is wrong in the first place. Day one player, by the way. Maybe Kadaj was meant to be bad. Yes, it's funny, but let's make those jokes after they acknowledge it.
So because I don't know who is in Avon or whatever Avon Children. I think so. It'd be Vincent and Kadaj. I think Kadaj is. I mean, you know, I know that you hate this, but it's probably going to be a burst candidate later.
You're right. I do hate it.
Yep.
I mean, if they wait that long, I mean, we have at least acknowledge. Acknowledgement is the goal. That's all they got to do, and it doesn't even make sense why they're. Well, it does make sense if they don't know how to fix it in time, and they just brush it under the rug so they don't get bad PR. I mean, that seems like an acceptable reason, and you know, people will just roll over because they've been so nice to us, quote unquote, by fixing things that probably could have been better in the first place. You know, we should 9 out of 10 guys just pack it up and go home. No, hashtag FIXKADAJ, bro. That's really what we got to do.
You know, the cynic in me is expecting next stream they'll just ignore it again in the hopes that the GL first type will just blow the annoyance over. Or
I am
or
so
even worse.
I'm looking
even worse,
forward.
actually.
I'm looking forward to him all he did was turn his head and like, oh, you know, you can't believe what's going to happen. I am so looking forward to nothing happening. And he's
Nothing
like,
happening.
yeah. And then it's like, what did you guys think was going to happen here?
This
I
bug
was
is
just,
why I
just
did not
doing
use
PR
Kadaj.
speak. I'm so looking forward to nothing happening.
I would like to say we've heard your concerns about Kadaj, and we have no comment to make at this time. And,
Somebody said early on in chat, sorry, it was so long ago, but they're like, I forgot if you know who you are, but they said this is why boycotts don't work, because ignorant people are still going to pay them money and they don't learn their lesson. Boycotts work because you stop giving your money to
Boycotts
bullshit.
never work.
No, I mean, you stop giving your money, you stop paying your good money to a bad product. Just go spend your money somewhere else. Save yourself. Why?
You
what's the
cleanse your
alternative?
soul when
Yeah,
you do
what's
that.
the fucking alternative? You keep paying money to bullshit you don't like? Like, stop, you can personally boycott and walk away. That's all it is.
Today's my birthday. I'm 19. Happy birthday,
Who?
person who spoiled
fuck
Catherine in the chat for me last time.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, Dickface. Happy fucking birthday. Hope you grow some maturity. Nah, you deserve that one. Still mad. Still mad. Lucky I don't ban your ass. Dystopia Bard, or there's people like me that, you guys are talking. I guess we could talk about Porom a little, I guess. I think we've covered most I definitely wanted to harp on Kadaj. I think I'm not going to say we beat a dead horse, because the horse is very much alive. The horse is actually running laps because they have not acknowledged Kadaj, and they need to do that already. Oh, Multiracial Lion, thanks for becoming a member. Enjoy the 4 emotes. Gross maturity. Sorry, y'all. If y'all didn't see this man spoiled one of the major plot twists of Catherine for me in the beginning of the stream. Oh, come on, man. I mean, I guess I expect that from a previously 18-year-old, but etiquette. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't even know what I want to say about Porom, except Mark said it earlier, and that Drusain tried to warn y'all.
Oh, he did? I didn't know that.
All right, let me beta test my takes before the podcast.
The horse
when it
overhealed.
matters.
I'm just saying. Well, let me just say this first. Mark said I'm looking forward to the posts that don't appreciate Porom after people blindly polled and didn't know what she did.
You know, I'm not going to name names, but there is someone that made me go, oh my god, was in the same minute, I'm going to pity Porom. I don't know what she does.
Oh, that's not uncommon.
I'm not gonna get mad at that. Come on,
But,
sometimes
that-
people pull
that's
characters because
very-
they like characters. That's
In
fine.
fact, I'm guilty of that. In fact, it could have. If you hear someone's busted and you get the gist of it, and you don't know the exact details, like that's all right.
Yeah.
I've done that in JP plenty of times, so I don't think that's horrible. I think what you're getting at is that people should think before they pull, but that is a beast that
I don't think I'm not gonna tell people how to play their own game. However they have fun, right?
That's fine.
Sometimes it's
The big thing about her is that I was like 2 weeks after JP release, and I'm like, okay, I get what this character is doing. And I'm gonna do an eval. I was thinking, I'm gonna name it Stupid Proof, because now she's stupid proof, and she is. But I decided that would be too inflammatory.
No,
but,
inflammatory is good.
But now we've got Kais going on with being able to get through an entire burst phase with his hero support. That's freaking nuts. But so now he's gonna be stupid proof too.
Nice.
That's where everyone's going.
Yeah, fair enough. Why was Porom compared to Aphmau? I don't know.
I don't know either. If anything, if you don't want to do the Brave game, I cut this out. I cut a lot of stuff out of what I was.
You
gonna
cut a
say,
lot
but-
out of that.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And if you're not going to play the Brave game, get Yuna, because like her Stolen Brave cuts are really good, and you get even more on the burst. So if you're not going to play that, Yuna's going to be really good
Everyone
for a
get
while.
Yuna.
And
I agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Yuna supremacy.
Yep.
Yuna's
Here's my hot take. You got two Porom
let-
experts in here.
Let's have at it.
Yeah.
Experts.
All
Who's the
right,
expert?
so-
Definitely not me.
Drusain.
You said 2.
Well, no.
Whatever.
What do you want to say?
Who's the second? one?
Okay. So I haven't done any research. The podcast is tomorrow. Work is killing me. All you fucking
Same.
idiots out there spreading more COVID and not getting vaccinated. The country's going back into shutdown. Thanks a lot. I thought I was gonna coast for the rest of the year. Work's gotten busier than ever. This is
Wait, have you seen the
never-ending
state of Britain
nightmare.
right now?
This is never ending.
Talk
hell.
about Porom.
This is
Talk about
never
Porom.
fucking ending. Okay, all right. But the point is, from zero research, alternatives to Porom is if you really don't want to pull Porom or you really hate the idea that Porom is a must pull. When the time comes for Loof Plus, Agrius and Ishtola BT Plus are acceptable substitutes for the Brave gain she provides.
Yes,
Brave gain
I was
bonus.
actually I said on the post show, the TCC post show. Go check that out too if y'all haven't checked it out. But I said Agrius has less Brave gain up than Porom, and I don't know why I thought that, but that's completely false. They had the exact same amount of Brave gain up. I was like,
exact same.
why did I know that?
Yeah.
And
So I'm saying like. And I'm saying like my big take tomorrow on the podcast for the review
So,
is
Mino, I would point out that you will be on the podcast and I will not.
okay.
What is it that you're trying to get?
Brave.
No, I'm saying like what I'm gonna say is that consider if you're gonna also pull Agrius or if you got Ishtola for the BT plus, you don't really need Porom as hard. It's very stacking all of that together is overkill.
The only person who does that is that loser Alphano.
Yeah,
And he
yeah,
sucks.
yeah.
Nobody likes him.
Yeah. So I'm saying like, like Mark's saying like when you're there's a point you're throwing too many fucking resources just because you're not planning ahead. One is like Porom and Setzer are never going to be on the same team because they do super different stuff for Loof Plus.
Absolutely.
But it's viable to have both in case you want to run a battery team or a Brave Shave team. Sure, but I feel like if you want Porom and Agrius and Ishtola BT plus, that's a little too much overlap. You can pick and choose if you're trying to save resources. There's no way if you're a poor bum that you want to like set aside 275k gems for that shit, right? Like Porom, the one reason she's being hyped is the fucking
It's the Brave game.
battery.
It's the battery and the Brave
increase.
game.
Yeah, the
against
battery
Defendia
increase.
Plus, 'cause there's
Brave
the
gain
nightmare
increase.
reduction
Battery
go.
increase.
You know what
Agrius and Ishtola Plus are there for the same reasons. They all heal.
You-
They all aura. But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
You know what the shave isn't going to save you from? It's going to be from Sid Rain's event where it drops 140k Brave and a 300k shield. So like, it works for a little bit, but you know, and also the Saz event where there's 100k Brave, like it's okay, but you really need to actually have a shaver with you, and also like people who just pull Porom and are gonna skip like Rosa and Yuna
No,
and
Rosa
Afmal. Yeah, the problem with that is that you're not gonna have a Brave shaver who can actually shave, and Porom's gonna be your only damage dealer, which is not good.
Yeah,
So-
then we're gonna start getting complaints about tight turns again, and the cycle continues.
Correct. So make sure to diversify,
Biological,
because
thanks for
Mino, you
membership.
were about to say that you should pick one or the other, but you know you need to diversify your supports.
Yeah, you can
Because-
diversify, but here's my fucking point. And
Okay.
like, Porom is coming at a time where she's not needed. I'm very adamant with that about.
I
Mark.
agree with that from
People
personal
are pulling.
experience, too.
People are only pulling for Loof Plus. They're like, Porom is going to be great for Loof Plus. I'm going to pull Porom for Loof Plus.
Same with Cloud of Darkness
Why-
for the wrong reasons, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna go into that
and-
later. That's
and-
more gonna be more funny than anything, but
Yeah. And what I want to say on the fucking podcast is, if you're pulling Porom just for Loof Plus, why not consider Agrius or Ishtola BT Plus instead? They come at the same fucking time as Loof Plus. They come right at the beginning of Loof Plus, and you can do the same strat. Why pull for a unit you're not going to use now and are only going to bank for it later? It's like Kais, right? Like, it's basically like Kais, where
You know,
Kais
on-
wasn't really needed during his time, but he was great later on. But I'm sure there's a lot of people who didn't use him, period, until he was needed until he came back again.
or not Noctis Burst too. That's
Yeah.
another one,
You know, on that specific subject, it's a matter of Porom worked out a long time before Loof Plus because we're kind of in a garbage time. And like
In
pretty
GL
much
right now?
anyone in GL
Get 'em,
Oh,
until
get 'em,
Loof
I,
Plus.
get 'em.
I don't know.
Get
I don't
'em.
know, bro.
You don't think so?
Oh,
Okay,
not
okay,
at all.
I'll take
No,
it.
no, no,
I'll
no.
take it back. I'll
Next
take
month,
it
about to
back.
get some people's ass.
Get 'em, get 'em.
Okay, I'll take
Yeah,
it
yeah,
back.
yeah.
I'll take it back.
Yeah.
But I will concede. But I'm going to continue to say that you still are going to need someone who can function with Porom once Loof Plus happens.
Yep.
She can't just be plug and play after Loof Plus happens. She's going to need someone who can give her HP damage or HP boosts. And if you don't, then I think people are gonna run her and be like, "Why?" Because she's not doing any function. She's not doing anything because she's not getting the HP damage boost that she needs.
Yep.
I'm just gonna run with my Kais comparison. I'm just gonna push Porom as Kais.
And if you want to hear Mino make an ass of himself, be sure to tune into the TCC podcast tomorrow at what time? Jesus, I always know what time it is except when I talk about it. It's 9 p.m. Eastern, right? Thursdays.
I don't remember.
What time is it Pacific? You're on the fucking show, idiot. You should know this.
On Pacific, I don't know. I was late last time because I
Oh
got the
my
time
God.
wrong. So don't ask me. I don't know.
Well, if you join the TCC server, link in the description, you'll be able to check that out. So
There is one thing that I'd like to say is that I would like more people who are actually specialists in characters. Like, I'm not a specialist in a lot of characters. Porom's just one of them. I want people to make more evals like this, and I mean it doesn't have to be the same type of thing.
Yeah,
but
just try
on
somehow.
Tonberry's troop on Reddit, for Layle, someone posted a really good one.
He does his own shit.
yeah,
now. I
he's
think
doing
he's
his. He's doing. We encouraged him enough to do his threads, and that. Thank you for pointing that out. You're saying more people. I should have said this in the intro. People. I've been seeing more people like fucking RBK. RBK's videos have been consistently fucking hilarious. Like, shout out to him, except he doesn't know how to tag his video. So if I search RBK DFFO, nothing comes up. What an idiot, shooting himself in the foot. But this man's videos are funny. Blart stepping up. Who else have I been watching lately? I don't know. Was it Navari who's doing the Palom runs? Been watching those. Like, people keep making more content. Are y'all tired of shit takes and not enough representation for units? Do it yourself. Solve the problem yourself. That's how I got started. I wanted to spread some information that I didn't think was out there, and I started making content, and look at me now. Y'all can do the same thing. We can all make more content and do a bunch of cool shit, and maybe even laugh a little. Like, oh, Dystopia Bar too. Yeah. Rivik, fuck. Lard, yeah. I've been watching Lard for a while though.
I remember said when you were starting this, I'm saying, you have a pretty unique voice because you're one of the people who, there's a lot of people who are playing JP who can't articulate their thoughts in a productive manner, and so someone who plays both versions, that's a market, and you're taking a good job on it. And I think that other people, and I think that other people can take advantage of, if you know a character or like some characters really well, please tell us about it. I'm gonna read it, or watch it or whatever. Please do.
All right.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Dystopia Bar's newest video where he called what I actually don't want to spoil the video, but it was very it was so ugly, but it was very funny. Yeah, man. I mean, like, as always, hashtag FIXKADAJ. We move. Make your voice heard as consumers. Very powerful. Oh yeah, Alpha No's content does suck. Yeah, I agree. Always violence against Alpha No when I get the opportunity. Cloud's gotten too easy when on JP. I'm conflicted. Don't worry, we're getting power creep soon. Watching more. Oh yeah, Sine Wave been doing JP retros. Like, people are stepping up. Everyone can step up, y'all. We have power as a community, and we can grow. And you, I'm pointing at you. If you feel like I'm singling it out, is like, no, I'm not gonna make an anime reference because Mino hates it. But everyone listening has enough power to become a content creator. Don't ever discount yourself because you are important, probably, unless you're Alpha No. That being said, I think we can start wrapping up now, guys. Let's go around the table, get some closing thoughts. Necklord, since you're ugly, you can go first.
I must admit, the only reason I want the mystery of Kadaj revealed is so I can make fun of the design decision to make his axe that way.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, hideous is expected.
Full disclosure. Full disclosure.
Gross. I thought RVK was VL. That's hilarious. Broadway saying, I can't do the Totsuki, the Sync voice is retired, bro. I can't do it anymore. I've just lost it. I'm so sorry.
Always plug VL. I don't know if we did.
Oh yeah, always plug VL. Always plug VL. VL's so
always
great.
putting work out. I don't want you to feel under. Everyone should have more views, honestly.
Yeah, everyone, and that's why I feel guilty sometimes. My channel grew because I exploit like clickbait and stuff. Like I've been playing the algorithm. Not everyone has enough finesse or care to play the algorithm and just upload good content. So I try to throw some love that way because y'all really deserve a lot more. Y'all are saying more important stuff than my lazy ass. That being said, closing thoughts. You're saying, go.
Well, this was my first time on here, and I enjoyed it. There is one more thing for the TCC challenge people out there. Unless Porom's banned forever, but I've really never seen Palom and Porom together, and it makes sense that they would. And unfortunately, I don't have Palom. But the thing is, she's going to zero out everyone's brave, and then he can do his instant break.
Why didn't you pull Palom?
It didn't work out, and he has a bunch of other banners. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Bring out your
no. Let him talk. Let him talk. Damn it.
So, I want you guys to do it because I've never seen them together, and it doesn't make any sense because she breaks for him, and he also gets the brave gain on the second hit that she provides. They work so well, but I've never seen them together. So
okay.
please
you're
do
saying
it.
I know a JP video could send you with that in effect for Transcendence 3. But yeah, good point. Someone's probably gonna do it. Crimson Shock is Porom a necessity if I have your Spurt and Greener? No, I didn't have either of them, and I did fine. No one's a necessity. You can skip everyone. Okay. And also, thank you, Drusain, for being here. I didn't realize that I had talked to him on stream before. So chat, clapping emoji, round of applause for Drusain. He did great. I was just thinking he was going to be nervous or nothing, but were you nervous at all tonight, Drusain?
No, I got into the swing of it. I've been doing podcasting for a long time.
Yeah,
I did enjoy dunking on the on the co-op a bit. That was fun.
Yeah, we probably should have spent more time on that, but I kind of talked myself out of it. I just don't care anymore. It's already over. The co-op stinks. Square Enix needs to do better. But yeah, again, claps in the chat for Drusain. He did great tonight.
I will say they were quite nice to you because they would stop you and allow you to take back bad takes, but they just let me make the bad takes.
That's because you're an idiot.
After. you didn't give me the opportunity to go.
Shut up. Like exactly.
Back.
See, shut up. I'm not gonna let you go. Mino, closing thoughts.
Yeah, Drusain, do your own fucking dirty work. Don't fucking tell other people to run Palom and Porom. You have 2 million fucking gems. Okay. You should have pulled Palom. You should have proved it yourself. As BC said, do your own dirty for work, man. Okay. Fucking upload, make a channel, upload your own Palom.
Nah, don't listen to them. Play how you want, man. No. I'm a side. No. I'm a side with Drusain on this one because sometimes you like I be living vicariously through people. Like I want to see Layle BT stuff, and I'm living vicariously through Clay, but I'm not about to pity that. So that's a reasonable take. Like I'm trying to see it, but I'm not trying to do it. Sometimes you can appreciate the craft. All right, so leave him alone. All right. Any other closing thoughts, stupid?
Yeah, stop fucking spreading COVID. Go get vaccinated. What the fuck is wrong with you people? I'm buried in work.
Any more Mysidia closing thoughts?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. And on that note, I think I've said all I needed to say. The co-op stinks, but it was a one-off, and we move on from that. Keep the hashtag FIXKADAJ movement going if you're a content creator. Include it in your videos. Mention it briefly. Keep spreading the word around. People need to know that the Aches is broken. We can get them to acknowledge it. Acknowledgement is the goal, and this can happen. Other closing thoughts. Porom is tomorrow. Transcendence 3, easiest Transcendence to date. Bring Warrior Light on the right and Layle on the left. I hope people who skip Layle have at least one launcher left, because I know all they get.
Right? They could just throw Tifa.
Maybe. I mean, but this the Gao Dinos. It's 3 bosses. You're gonna launch each of them consistently with Tifa. I mean, maybe if you DPS it down, but that sounds annoying. Anyways, thanks for all the members who joined today. For $1, and now you have my 4 emojis. Although
what about Necklord's closing thoughts?
I already he did get his closing thoughts. So yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah, I gave idiotic thoughts.
I'll find a girlfriend when Mino makes a channel, which is basically never. Jesus. FIXKADAJ goes in the
said
in-game
that?
message.
Who said
Coach. Food is my launcher. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Have a great week, y'all. Thanks for watching again. Be sure to like it. If you're watching this after the fact, comment, FIXKADAJ, spread it everywhere. If you're thinking on the edge about making content, please do make content. Well, I will watch your videos probably. Give you feedback. I'm trying to help. Like I was helping RVK in the TCC Discord, which you should join in the description. With his YouTube tags. Like I'm trying to spread the knowledge because it really ain't all that.
And sorry to add in, but yeah, I actually didn't thank you. Never thanked you, but I should point out that talk to BC about like if you're looking for JP fix because the person who I consulted about the Porom LD, I talked to BC. I'm like, do you know anyone? No. Well, I didn't play her. Or I didn't play her, but I know a guy who did. So I'm really appreciate of that. So, he's really good at having his fingers in the JP community.
Yeah.
So
I might not. I usually don't know enough specifics, but I can probably point you to where you can get it. So I mean, I'm always happy to help. Just hit me up. Join the Discord. Not my Discord. Well, that's the joke. But anyways, I'm gonna close this off. I gotta call my girlfriend. I'm late. I'll catch you all later. Have a great